All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to the Mecca of racing. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League GT3 Series Indy Road Course, tonight's 60-minute race. And it's going to be a big one, man. It's race number 2, and it's going to be a fun one. This is the first race of the season that we're live here on TurnLeftTV. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory at my home, Indy? There's only one way to find out, and that's watch it right here on TurnLeftTV. A little high-octane racing league action at the GT3 Series Indy Road Course, the GP configuration. It's a 60-minute race, and it's all live right here on TurnLeftTV. All right, man, this is going to be a fun one. Should be a fun race here tonight. A little Indy road course action. And going to be a fun track to broadcast a race from, that's for sure. So I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator. This is round number 2 of the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. And a 60-minute race here, live right here on TurnLeftTV. Got about 5 minutes left in the practice session. We've extended it just a little bit to get a few more drivers in here. And a lot of these folks that are racing from the Asian or European theaters. So kind of early in the morning, late at night, whatever you want to look at as far as that goes for those guys. So definitely hoping a few more of those guys were able to get out of bed and get here to race with us. Take a look at the GT3 Series schedule. Next week we'll be at NOLA Motorsports Park. I don't think I've ever broadcast a race or race there, to be honest with you. So this will be an interesting one. Daytona Road Course coming up on November the 18th. That's the first half of the season in the books. You see Lime Rock Park, Virginia International, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and Sebring International to round out the second half of that season. Take a look at the top 10 in points coming after race number 1. Nikolai Petrikov not going to be able to be here tonight, I don't believe. He's racing in another series, I think. And he sits first in points. Zakharov second. Andrei Setiawan is in third. Mata Indica fourth. Yuta Prezanta is fifth. Gordon Carter, Keenan Luang, Dmitry Belabin, Emir Surkalski, and Mohammed Biz Madver is, we're going to call him Mohammed B, is rounding out the top 10. Had a great race last night in the Bushwhacker Series. They'll be back in action next Friday right here live on TurnLeftTV at Kentucky Speedway. 100-lap race number 5 of the season. And last race was absolutely fantastic. Check it out on YouTube right here on TurnLeftTV. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. How about hosting your website or your online store? So VPS hosting and shared web hosting also available through EliteHostingUSA.com. Thanks so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Appreciate all those folks who come in and watch the races, participate here as well. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you were here. Get these algorithms talking as far as TurnLeftTV. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And smash the bell. You get updates of when races are going live here on TurnLeftTV. We got a couple minutes left in the practice session. Indy road course. It's Indy GP. And 2.439 miles in length to 3.9 kilometers in length. 14 turns and a little asphalt, a little brick. And my home track as well. I live about 45 miles away from Indy. Been there many, many times. And excited for, I actually went last year to a truck race over at the IRP, which is just a short little distance away from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So fun one today at Indy GP. Should be going to quals very, very shortly. A little bit of a lighter crowd here tonight. There's some other series going on that some of these guys have committed to, I believe, and so a little part-time action for them. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action on Tuesday, November the 7th, race number 6 of the season. This has been a great season. Streaming will start around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A 100-lap race from the Lady Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Truck Series. High Octane Racing League style coming up on November the 7th. Like the practice session has ended, and these guys will kick off a short little qualification session. High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder will be in action just a little bit later tonight. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 120-lap race from Phoenix. We had a great race last night in the Bushwhacker Series, and I think these Cup cars are going to be just as fun at Phoenix for a 120-lap race coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's tonight. Race number 3 of the season. Looks like quals have officially started. Take a look at the keys to the race here today at Indy Road Course. Turn 1, man. That hard right-hander at the end of the straight can be absolutely brutal. Attack the infield, man. That's where you're going to make the most time, I think, is getting through that infield portion. I think it goes without saying, just a way to be able to manage those turns, manage traffic as well. I don't think the traffic situation is going to be a huge deal here today. But definitely want to attack that infield. Launch into that straightaway. Coming off that final turn down the straight, you're actually going the opposite way down the straightaway compared to what you would do on the oval. And find that rhythm, especially through the infield. And you should come out on top if you have those keys here at Indy. Right now, take a look at Keenan Lewang in Mercedes. Oh, wow, getting some chatters in. Who isn't chatting, man? Oh, and Old School. Oh, my gosh, man. You should be doing your homework, buddy. Keenan Lewang here in the Mercedes. Good to see you, Owen. Hopefully having a great weekend. Now he is on his outlap. On board here with him. Enters turn one. Man, this is a tough one. This is the toughest turn on the track. Right here, and then back to the left. Easy to get loose right through here. Kind of a sweeping right-hander. Set yourself up for a pretty hard right-hander here. Get a good little speed and back to the left. Got a little bit of a chicane here. See, scrub it off a little speed there. A long straightaway through the infield. Setting your car up over on the right side for this hard left-hander. This is a really tough turn here. Easy to get in the grass there, then back to the right. This is the rhythm portion of the track. Set yourself up for another hard right-hander here. Now you want to get on the throttle here. Short little bit through the short chute. Now a hard right-hander. This is a fun part of the track as well. A little correction there as he does that hard right-hander. Back to the left. There's the pit entry right there. And then all about speed here, man. Keep yourself out of the grass on the left side. Get back up on the straightaway. And crossing that yard of bricks. Keenan Lewang jumps up to P2 with that lap. Avery Brooks. Avery Brooks, my gosh. Avery Brooks, my heaven. Hopefully everything's okay with Avery and she's enjoying college life. Wow. Avery Brooks. How about this? Alexander Zakharov, one of our great Russian drivers in the McLaren this season. Top time is 1:24.322. Now 1:24.130. And that is Andrei Setyawan. Little work to do here through into sector 3. First two sectors are a little bit off the top time. You know Zakharov's going to be a factor here. You know he's going to be a factor. Slowly becoming an astronaut. That's going to be awesome. Zakharov, 1:24.443 for him. Right now, third on the grid for Alexander Zakharov in the McLaren. Ritsky Novar. Novar coming out here to do his outlap. He's switched over the Merc this season. Ritsky Novar does a lot of work for us. Want to send out a shout out to him. Does a lot of work for us. One of our Indonesian drivers. Helps us with car sets. We just love doing that stuff, man. Helped us with the removing the downshift protection in this series as well. A lot of guys do not like that, so he worked on the mod and got rid of that for us. Supposed to be like 3/4 moon. Ritsky Novar right now second on the grid. 124.130. Setioana is the top time. Novar missing that left-hander just a little bit. Back to the right here as now back to this left-hander, back to the right and a long straightaway here. Going to get himself over to the right side of this straight. And now back to the left here as he gets on the brakes pretty hard here. And you get a left-right combination. And then back to the left. That's the rhythm portion of the track, in my opinion. Then you get a little short stint up on the oval portion of the track, through the short chute, down in to the infield, back to the left here. And then now it is all about getting on the throttle here and getting off this infield portion back up onto the track. That first sector was fast for Novar. What can he do here? Ritsky over 123.886. Keenan Luang also in the Mercedes. What's the deal with the Mercedes this season? Coming out of the woodwork here. Question is he going to have enough time to be able to get this lap in? I'm not sure. With only about a minute 13, closing in on minute 10 left in the qual session. Luang right now shown 7th on the grid. Not sure he's going to make it here. Maybe they'll let him finish up this lap. I don't know if that's the case, but Luang nonetheless getting a little bit more practice in here. Does he have enough time to be able to get across and get this timed in? They do count it. Luang with a 124.952, 6th on the grid for Keenan. So that's going to do it for the qualification session. May have another couple drivers joining us during warm-up. So that looks like that does it for the qual session. Again, thanks so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here tonight. And we always have a lot of fun. Let's get this party started. All right, we're back. Thank you so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. It's the High Octane Racing League GT3 series. We are at Indy GP tonight. Race number 2, 60-minute race here tonight. And live here on TurnLeftTV. Qualifications have finished. Take a look at the session results here. Andre Setioan qualifies in P1 in the BMW. In the Mercedes, Ritsky Novar starts in the second position. Revian Kumilar in the BMW starts third. Alexander Zakharov in the McLaren, the lone McLaren out here, qualifies fourth. Mohammed Madver qualifies in the fifth position. Keaton Luang is sixth, another Mercedes there, P5, P6. Dmitry Belevin in the Audi qualifies seventh. Gordon Carter starts in the BMW in eighth. Will Dunbar will start in the ninth position. Owen Holtzclaw says he's carving pumpkins. Isn't it November? What are you carving pumpkins for, man? Halloween's over, bro. Will I get my picks in, I think? Win this race? Oof. Tell you what. Gonna be a hard choice here. Wow. Well, I'm going with it. My pick, Andre. Andre came out early. He's been lightning fast here, and I think he's got what it takes to bring home the victory here in that 16 car. Well, look who just jumped up to the top of the grid here in the practice session, Revian. Got about just a little under 3 minutes left to go in practice, the warm-up session. step on the gas. Yeah, take a look at the schedule here in the GT3 series. Next week we'll be at NOLA Motorsports Park. And honestly, I don't think I've ever been to that race course. I don't think I've ever broadcast a race from it. I don't think I've ever driven that course. So not sure what to expect there. But Daytona Road Course coming up to finish out the first half of the season there on November the 18th. Lime Rock Park, Virginia International, that's VIR. Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Sebring on the back half of that season. So kicking the back half off with Lime Rock Park on November the 25th. So a very BMW Mercedes loaded field here, or heavy field. Now 30 seconds left to go in the warm-up session. All right, boys and girls, get your drink ready. Strap yourself in, tighten those belts. Here we go. The High Octane Racing League GT3 Series Indy Road Course. 60-minute race starts right now. Going to be a fun one, man. 60 minutes of madness here. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at High Octane Racing League GT3 Series action tonight. And it's race number 2 of the season. All right, Andrei Setiowan starts in P1. Ritsky Novar starts in the second position. Revion Gumular starts third. Alexander Zakharov starts in the fourth position. Starting in fifth will be Mohammed Bismadver. Mohammed B. Keenan Lewang starts sixth. Dmitry Belevin in the Audi starts in the seventh position. Gordon Carter starts eighth. And Will Dunbar starts in the ninth position. Can be a little challenging here, getting through the infield portion under under pace conditions. So don't forget the keys to the race here. Turn 1, baby. Going to come off that straightaway, head into turn 1, hard right-hander. That is a big one. Attack the infield. This portion we're on right now, it's important to get through this. This is the key, really. A lot of people are going to be good on that straight, but the infield portion is going to be very challenging. Manage that traffic. Not going to be a huge issue here tonight. Launch onto that straightaway and get a good run, and then find a rhythm here through this infield portion of the track. Those are my keys to the race here at Indy Road Course. Setyawan will lead the field to take the green flag. Ritsky Novar on the outside of him in that BMW versus Mercedes battle. No Ferraris, no Porsches. A couple Audis, BMWs, Mercs, and a McLaren. I think that's pretty much it. So Setyawan, my pick to win this race here today in his 16 car. As he is lining up to get this bad boy started. Here we go. Hold on, boys and girls. It's Indy in the GT3 series. Oh, the McLaren already going to the bottom side there. Zakharov in the McLaren already on the bottom side. Oh, there's contact into turn 1. Setyawan gets shoveled back to the 3rd position on board here with him. Oh, man. I tell you what, Zakharov launched off that start. Zakharov now up there in P2. Ritsky Novar is our leader. Mohammed B did not get a good start there on that sequence. He's going to have to play some catch up. Mohammed there came off track, I believe, on that start. Take a look and see what happened to him on the start of the race. Right here, he gets, oh man, into turn 1, loose right there, and he keeps it out of the wall, keeps it, oh man. I say keeps it from coming around, but he swung it around the other way, but now he's trying to make some, trying to do a little catch up here. Ritsky Novar, Alexander Zakharov, P1, P2. Setyawan is in the 3rd position. This is a fun track. A lot of guys don't like this track. I absolutely love Indy Road Course. It took me a while, but I have to say that it probably is my favorite road course. I'm a little partial because it is home for me, but I like the track, man. Got a good mix of really technical stuff. Got a good mix of easy, slightly technical stuff, and then it's got a good mix of flat out straightaway as well. Master that infield portion of this track, and this thing is a lot of fun. Novar there opened up a little bit of a gap on Zakharov. Setyawan running into 3rd position. Take a look at Revian Gumilar running in P4 in the BMW number 28 car. Trying to close in on Setyawan. Keenan Luang running in P5 in the 87 car. Just behind him is Dmitry Belevin. Belevin in the Audi. Trying to close in. Right now running in P6. On board here with him. Turn 1 down, shifting there, hard right-hander. This part right here, back to the left. is where you can get off into that grassy area over on the right side and really lose a lot of time. It's important to be patient through there, but also attack this section as well. Another hard section of the track right here, this little chicane. If you don't hit it just right, you lose a lot of speed. He's not quite as fast as Keenan LeWang is getting through there. We'll take a look at Keenan LeWang as he approaches this left-hander. A couple really pretty technical sections of the track. Gordon Carter here in the BMW, number 56 car. High Place Moving sponsored machine, running in P7. Got 4.5 seconds down to P6. Just behind him is Will Dunbar. Dunbar in the Audi has got some company here. Muhammad B getting around. So Will Dunbar in the 88, who's streaming live. Take a look at Will Dunbar streaming live for his Extra Life charity as well. On board here with Will Dunbar. Getting some extra, getting some different camera angles here. Deleting some of the unneeded cameras. Oh no! Belaven gets wide in turn one, able to recover, and looks like Dunbar gave him a lot of room to get back on the track. We got a battle here for the race lead. Zakharov to the inside of Ritsky Novar, side by side in the McLaren and the Mercedes. Oh, these guys doing a little kissing right there. And Setyawan likes what he sees here. Some attacking going on just ahead. Let them wear their stuff out. He's going to get back by. So good three-way battle here. On board here with Setyawan running at P3 in the 16 car. Novar into 10. Now finds himself back to the second position as Zakharov gets that spot. Oh, no, Novar's off the track right there. Novar comes off the track. And Setyawan's going to get by. Side by side here. Oh, man, he gives him a lot of room. And Setyawan gets by. Ritsky Novar back to P3. Wow. Board here with Ritsky Novar. He got wide off on the left side in the grass, and that's all Setyawan needed to be able to get around. Zakharov in the McLaren is our leader. So those guys got a pretty substantial lead. P5 and 6. Gordon Carter coming by P7. There's P8, P9. This guy's side by side there for P2. Ritsky Novar and Setyawan rekindling that battle. Novar wants back by. Setyawan had gotten by him. Novar went wide in turn one, turn two. And Setyawan able to pounce, but now it looks like Novar gets back by. And it looks like maybe Zakharov might have had some trouble. What's going on with Zakharov? Zakharov on pit lane. This is interesting here. Zakharov retired his machine. I'm not sure what happened to Alexander Zakharov, but he's retired his machine. Wow. What happened there, Alexander Zakharov? Let's see what happened to Zakharov here. Zakharov disconnected. He has retired his machine, and I'm not sure what happened. I'm still perplexed as to see what went on here for Zakharov. He smacks the wall there a little bit. It's a little bit wide, and I think he just dives down pit lane here. He goes straight, comes off the track to come down pit lane. And retires. He was leading the race. What happened there by Zakharov? And now our leader is Ritsky Novar. Setyawan is in second, Gumilar third, Keenan Lewang fourth, Dmitry Belevin now up to P5. So something happened to Zakharov. He made a little contact with the outside wall in that short shoot area just before the hard right-hander to go back into the infield, and I don't know whether he had some damage there. He just felt like he couldn't get fixed. He got angry or what, but he came back to pit lane and he is out. We got a battle here between Setyawan and Gumilar. These guys getting after it. A couple BMWs smacking each other around. And looks like Setyawan holding on to that position. So we got 50 minutes left to go. Revion running in the third position. All aboard here with him as he runs in P3. All over the back of Setyawan. Ritsky Novar is our leader now. That Zakharov has retired from the race. So he drove down pit lane, ducked his car into the pit stall, and retired from the race. Not getting any word from Zakharov of what happened. Look at this battle right here for P2. Setyawan and Gumilar getting after it again. Setyawan holding off in that 16 car. Gumilar running in the 28. These guys have had a good battle here. Good, clean battle between these two boys. A couple BMWs out here beating each other up a little bit. Keenan Lewang running in the 87 car, and he is in the fourth position. Dmitry Belevin just behind him in P5. A little bit of work to do there for Dmitry in the 04 car. Gordon Carter running in P6. The high place moving sponsor BMW, number 56 car. Just behind him is Muhammad B. And that Mercedes running in the 7th position. Who's the Shatari Mushrooms? Shatar Mushrooms. Who is that? One of my students, maybe. So Muhammad B there trying to close in on Gordon Carter. Little Mercedes versus BMW battle. Will Dunbar in the Audi running in the 8th position. Streaming live all day long for Extra Life Children's Miracle Network. Hey, Eli! Okay, I gotcha. Good to see Eli. How about that, huh? Get him out here on the screen. I like mushrooms. I don't know what Shatari mushrooms are, but mushrooms on my pizza. Like fresh mushrooms as well. A little ranch dressing. Dovar's got a pretty substantial lead over Setioan and Gumilar. That's a 5-second lead. Remember, he got a mandatory pit stop with a 4-tire change. You can change to the same compound, whatever you want to do, but 4-tire change mandatory here in this series. 45 minutes left to go. Setioan now opened up a little bit of gap on Gumilar. A little bit of breathing room for him in that 16 car. Gumilar running in the 3rd position. Keenan Luang another 3 seconds back to Gumilar running in P4. All these guys, I think the front 4 here are Indonesian drivers. Dmitry Belevin, I believe, is a Russian driver. And pardon me if I get the country wrong, anybody, their origin, but I think that's the case. Dmitry does a little racing with us sometimes in Indy cars as well. Here he is out mixing it up with the GT3. He's running in the top 5 in that 04 car. The Audi is a tough car to handle it. In my opinion, it is. I mean, there are different opinions out there, but I think for me, the Audi can be a little challenging. He's making it happen here, running in the 5th position. Ritsky Dovar now 4.5 second gap over P1 or P2. That gap for the 2nd position is pretty tight. Tough section of the track right now. Back to the left here. If you go straight right there, you're going to end up in pit lane. You see that pit road there on the left side. After you get it through here, you kind of got it whipped. Board here with Revian Gumilar as he's running behind Andre Setioan. Gumilar running in P3, Setioan just ahead in the 2nd position. That gap's opened up a little bit, about 1.4 second gap between P2, P3. Take a look at Muhammad B here running in his 7th position. Just ahead of him is Gordon Carter, so this battle is starting to heat up. Gordon Carter running in the 6th position. So a little BMW versus Mercedes battle going on for P6. Muhammad B running in the 7th position. Gordon Carter running in the 6th spot. We come back up onto the oval portion of the track. Down the front stretch. A gap right now about 1.3 seconds between P6, P7. Take a look at Gordon Carter running in the 6th position. P6 car. Got a second gap now between the two of those guys. We got a battle here for P4. I think Luang might have had some trouble. Looks like he has. And it looks like Dimitri's going to get by. Let's see what happened here. Dimitri Belavid is going to get by, as it looks like Keenan Luang might have had some trouble. Take a look here. This is Keenan Luang. Yeah. Oh, he just touches that curb, but the back end of the car comes around. Does a good job. That's a really difficult section of the track. You got that hard left and then back to the hard right-hander, and you get this little doodad through here, and then hard right-hander. A little S. Got to navigate through. But he does a good job getting the car back up on the track, but he just lost the back end of that car. Watch this. Hits that curb just a little bit of a bad angle there. He's going to have to get it back up on the track and then go hard right. So see Dimitri Belavid getting by. See the S section here. And back to the right. Difficult section here. You got to really whoa up the car. Doesn't panic. He gets the car back up. Just lost a position. He's in P5. Vitsky Novar has a 3-second lead over Setyawan. Rubilar is about 4.5 seconds back to the race leader, running in P3. Take a look at Dimitri Belavid running in the 4th spot. 38 minutes left to go. Gordon Carter's retired his machine. I don't know what happened to Gordon. Gordon Carter came off track, and I'm not sure what went on there, but he's pulled that car over. And he might have retired his machine. So Gordon Carter out of the race. As we go back to live, so a second car out of the race, and that is Gordon Carter in the 56. What a shame there. He had a pretty decent race going. As Ritsky Novar in control, 3.4 seconds. Remember, these guys do have to come down pit lane, make a 4-tire change, come back out, make it happen. And Novar is leading. My pick to win this race is Setyawan. He's running in P2, 3.7 seconds back at Revion right there, just a second behind. So a couple BMWs here slugging it out for P2. and tried to close in on P1. Take a look at Muhammad B here in the 66 car, running in the 6th position. About 6 seconds down to P5, so a little work to do there for him and that Mercedes. Keeping that car pointed in the right direction. Had a little trouble there at the beginning of the race. Got shuffled back, but has tried to play a little bit of catch-up and try to close in on Keenan Lewang for P5. Lewang running in the 5th position, also in a Mercedes. Get about 5-second gap separate the two of those guys. You see him go by. And then we will see Muhammad go by. That gap opening up to almost 6 seconds now. Dmitry Belevin in the 04 car, running in the 4th position. I find the Audi for me has been, I mean, it's fast, but it can be a little challenging as far as handling is concerned. That's been my feeling. Guys have different opinions of the Audi. A lot of guys like this car. It looks like this season it's all about the Mercedes and the BMW. Those are the two fast cars. Apparently, I don't see any Ferraris out here, no Corvettes. I think Corvette's out of GT3 racing now. Guess they're going to run a zombie car. Take a look at Muhammad B here running into 66. Have a little. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, does he stay out of the wall? He does. Man, he missed that turn coming back up onto the track. He missed that big time. Oh, my heavens, man. He missed that bad boy. And was able to salvage a pretty good run off the turn. Watch this, man. This thing's going to get wide. He gets a little bit snappy there. It gets way up the track. It does a great job of keeping it out of the wall. But, man, did he miss the track. Wow. Wow, that is crazy. We got a battle here. As looks like Setyawan has decided to make a pit stop, I believe. Setyawan on pit lane, making his mandatory pit stop. Very interesting. Take a look at our side-by-side view here as Setyawan makes his pit stop here at 32 minutes. So Setyawan on pit lane. It seems like an eternity when you're on pit lane in these cars. Fewer pit crew members. Risky Novar got to be wondering what he's going to be doing here now that some of these guys are starting to come down pit lane. There we go. Off pit lane is Gumular. Excuse me, Setyawan. Risky Novar is our leader. Setyawan now back to P7, trying to find his rhythm here as he comes off pit lane, misses turn 1. Setyawan now back to the 7th position. Don't forget the High Octane Racing Bushwhacker Series will be back in action on Friday, November the 10th. Race number 5 of the season. They'll be at Kentucky Speedway for a 100-lap race. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV coming at 9 p.m. on November the 10th. Saturday Night Thunder will be in action just a little bit later tonight. They'll be at Phoenix for race number 3 of the season. Great Cup Series racing from the Saturday Night Thunder, and they will be at a great track. That's Phoenix, the Dogleg, for a 120-lap race in the Saturday Night Thunder. Novar in control. 3.6 second gap for Risky Novar over Revian Gumular. Novar coming up on some lap traffic, it looks like. Take a look at Revian Gumular running in P2. In the 28 car. Got the Extra Life banner on there. And speaking of that, Will Dunbar racing tonight for Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, currently in the 7th position. Setyawan going wide. They're trying to get around him. Setyawan tried to slip through and went wide. Dunbar gave him a lot of room, but I think he just missed that turn. Take a look at this. Take a look here as Setyawan into BMW down below the Audi and missed the braking point. It's a great job of staying out of a lot of trouble. The 16 gets by. Setyawan back up to the 6th position. Will Dunbar is in 7th. Novar is our leader. He has not made a pit stop yet. We are 28 minutes from the finish of this race. Mandatory pit stop. 4 tire change. Gordon Carter says his car blew up. So the car went boom. Maybe the downshift protection should be turned on. Dimitri Belevin on pit lane. Also, Will Dunbar on pit lane. We take a look at Risky Novar, our leader. Dimitri on pit lane in that 04 car. Now you got to be wondering, you know, what's going to be the story here for Risky Novar? Is he going to? How long is he going to wait to be able to come down pit lane? You know, if he has a little bit of trouble, he's not going to have a lot of time to be able to kind of recoup. Look Looks like Dimitri now coming back out on track in the Audi, running in the 6th position, that 04 car. Revian Gumular on pit lane as well. We'll take a look at him. He is on pit lane here in the 3rd position, shown in 3rd in the BMW on pit lane. It looks like Ritsky Novar has elected to come down pit lane. He's our race leader. So Ritsky Novar in the Mercedes, the number 10 car on pit lane. Keenan Luang is on pit lane as well. I think that's going to give the race lead perhaps to Muhammad B. Keenan Luang in P5 in the 97 car. Muhammad B says, hey, I'm going to come down pit lane. I know you're checking me out right now, and I'm going to make my way down pit lane. So Muhammad B in P2 making a pit stop. Ritsky Novar is still on pit lane. My heavens, man, this is a long pit stop for Ritsky Novar. Novar's been there for a while. This is going to be interesting to see how this shakes out here for him. He has been on pit lane for a long, long time. Now finishing up his pit stop. This is going to be interesting here as this plays out as he's coming off pit lane, entering turn 1. He's going to have somebody up there on that left side. He comes out ahead of Andre Setyawan. Setyawan has closed that gap, though, after pit stops. Now you're looking at just a second gap, 1.2 to down to 1 second, 1.4 maybe. Interesting to see how this shakes out. Revian Gumular running in the 3rd position in the BMW. Keenan Luang back to the 4th spot. Just behind him is Dmitry Belevin. About 1.8 seconds separate P4, P5. Dmitry running in the 5th position in the Audi. Trying to close in on P4. That is Keenan Luang just ahead in the 97 car. Dimitri up to P5 as Muhammad B on pit lane has finished up his pit stop. He comes back out in the 6th position. We'll take a look at his pit stop here. He's actually, I believe, finished this pit stop, but I see him finish it up there. We go back to live. Escudovar in control. Battle heating up here between Keenan Lewang and Dmitry Belevin. And this battle is tight, man. A little Mercedes versus Audi. For the 4th position, Dmitry running in P5 just behind Keenan Lewang. On board here with Keenan Lewang as we see just behind him, Dmitry Belevin is trying to close in, get around, pick up P4. Here with 19, just under 20 minutes left to go. Great battle here. Taking a look at our side-by-side view on board here with Dmitry running in P5 and following Keenan Lewang on the left side screen. Lewang running in the Mercedes, Dmitry in the Audi. This is for the 5th position, for the 4th position. Dmitry running in the P5, and he is really starting to close in. On Keenan Lewang. Approaching 18 minutes left to go here in the race. That battle's starting to tighten up, man. Just 0.3 of a second. Here we go. Dmitry giving it a look. Not able to pull that off, but he's trying to set himself up for a good run here through the infield. And Lewang definitely sees him. And now opening up a gap there, back up to 0.4 of a second. But boy, it really looked like Dmitry was going to be able to pull off that pass. He's there to pounce if there's any problems with Keenan. A little bit faster there in those straightaways. It looks like that Audi might have the advantage. And a great battle here. Again, this is for P4. Take a look at the Mercedes Audi battle. Sixteen and a half minutes left to go, and it really looks like Keenan Lewang's got a fight on his hands with Dmitry. Fair amount of time separates P3 to P4, so those guys feel pretty comfortable there. Nonetheless, 3-second gap between P2, P3, so Revion trying to close back in on Setyawan. Setyawan almost 5 seconds down to the race leader. Take a look at Muhammad B here running in P6. A little work to do to catch up to P5. Almost about 13 seconds so to separate P4, P5. Right now, the car in control is Setyawan running into second position. Novar running in the lead. Setyawan 5.3 seconds back. Keaton Lewang has got a whole lot of that Audi behind him. The Audi missed that exit. Back up onto the straight. Dmitry Belevin in P5, looking to try to find an opening to get around Keaton Lewang. Definitely got him in his sights. Oh, a little bit loose there. Feel that car wanting to come around. Scrub off a little bit of speed. And you can't get the bite that you need once the tires start to wear out. And definitely when you slide those tires, get them a little heated up, and you cannot get the bite that you need coming off the turn to really mash the throttle and get going. A little bit different lines there between the Merc and the Audi. Looks like Dmitry a little bit better through this section of the course. He tried to set himself up here for a good run. Car gets a little wiggly there coming off the turn. A little snappy right now for Dmitry. Hard right-hander. Another good passing opportunity here through this section. Set yourself up. Especially right here, man. You can get underneath somebody. Now a fast section of the track. You see this car counter steering. Its car's a little bit loose. That scrubs off some speed. Take a look at Will Dunbar in the Audi and the number 88 car, Extra Life sponsor machine. Little look at this thing. Does a great job here. Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. A little TurnLeftTV logo on there as well. You can see Will sporting the Extra Life scheme. He is streaming live from his driver's seat, from the cockpit, and he says, make a donation. There's a donation link down in the description of this race over to Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. We encourage you to make a donation. Help that drive out. He's going to be playing games all day long. We'll be doing a little Battlefield later, I think. And streaming live on Twitch. I don't know what we got here, but we got a fist fight going on right now between Lewang and Belevin. Little fist fight, and wow, Belevin in the Audi side by side now. Lewang trying to hold on. Oh, there's contact between the two of those guys. Lewang muscles his way back up to P4. Wow, what a sequence there. What a sequence. That was a heck of a sequence right there. Wow. Let's take a look at that again. Belevin in the Audi, Keaton Lewang in the Mercedes. Look at that side by side. And Belevin had been working on that Audi for a little bit, or excuse me, on that Merc a little bit. And look at this, side by side. They try to do, oh, right there, a little contact. And Lewang reclaiming that position. There was a contact. So both those cars going to have a little damage there. And I think Belabin has some left front damage now. This battle not over. I'm telling you right now, this battle is absolutely not over. Get another good battle here on the track too. And that's Revian Gumilar. And Setyawan gets a little bit loose. Setyawan misses the turn and looks like Revian's going to get by. Setyawan got a little bit loose here. And we'll take a look at Setyawan. He got a little bit loose right there, misses the turn, almost gets off the track, spun around, and he's going to give up a spot here late in this race. 10.5 minutes left to go. A little time to get back there, but maybe those tires taking a hit. And he's spinning more, trying to hold on to this thing. He's got to catch his breath here in that 16 car. Aboard here with Setio. Watch this counter steering here. He's trying to get this car back. And he ends up losing a position. Go aboard here with Revian as he sees that car spinning. And then back onto the track, but that's not over for Andre. Andre's got to have a little bit more trouble right there. You see that car wanting to come around. And that's going to allow Revian to open up a gap there. A 6.9 second gap over P3 now. A little comfortable for him running in the second position. Ritsky Novar flawless here so far. We go back to live here. We'll check on Keenan Lewang. Lewang flashing those lights at Will Dunbar. Says, hey, let me through, man. Belabin right there on his heels. Got a little chat going on here. It's Julio Antonio Boatarde going norte. And Will Dunbar letting those guys get around as Keenan Lewang was flashing those lights. Let me through, man. I've got a hungry Audi on the backside of me. So Dimitri going to have another run here pretty soon to be able to get around this Mercedes. But that is a great tight battle there. Ritsky Novar wants to see that, but he's in a comfortable position. He's got a 7-second gap here over P2. We're watching P4, P5 battling it out. And this battle is not over, man. Belabin, I think, is faster than Keenan. This battle is a fun one. Keenan Lewang, Dimitri Belabin. Lewang there opening up a gap now on Belabin. Take a look at Ritsky Novar right now. 7.8, 7.9, almost 8-second gap over P2. And Ritsky Novar, I know I should have picked him, man. Of course, the race not over. I picked Setyawan to win this race. He's running in P3. Oh, Julio Caligari, there you go. Is that your middle name, Antonio? Julio Antonio Caligari. I think I got it now. That's a cool name, man. Sounds like a race car driver. As Ritsky Novar is the leader. 7.8 second gap over P2. Take a look at Muhammad B here in the Mercedes. Got a little bit of a fisticuffs earlier in the race. Finds himself about 10 seconds down to P5. Muhammad there, tough break there for him. My heavens, man. Did you see that? That was a hard lick. We were watching him. And that car hit hard. My gosh, that hit hard. Let's take a look and see what happened to him. Coming up, he gets in the grass right there and hard into the outside wall. He gets into the grass just a little bit too wide coming off that turn. And watch this, man. A hard lick into the outside wall. I think Will Dunbar had a look at that. Oh, man, that is just a hard lick for the Mercedes. He does keep the car going, but my heavens, man. Oh, and he hits that gate. And that car comes around, and he is going to have some pretty significant left side damage. And that car is absolutely annihilated. So tough break there for Muhammad B here late in the race, and he's going to try to salvage a good finish. Right now running in P5, but that car definitely tore up. That was a tough lick there for him. We'll have to keep our eye on him whether he decides to come down pit lane. And he does. So Muhammad B on pit lane as we speak. Taking some service here late in this race. That was a hard lick. And he might end up just staying on pit lane because it might take more than 4 minutes to fix that machine. And he misses his pit stall, has to back up. So taking some more service here. He's going to be on pit lane for a while. And that may give Will Dunbar a 6th place finish here. We'll have to see. Ritzky Novar in control here with just under 3 minutes left to go. About 3.5 minutes left to go. He's got almost an 8-second lead over Revion Gubilar. Gubilar now kind of out there by himself a little bit, running in P2 as, remember, Setyawan had a little trouble. Now that gap is spread out. Setyawan now 9 seconds back. So Setyawan had a pretty significant amount of trouble there and running in the 3rd position in the BMW. Will Dunbar now up to P6 as Muhammad B on pit lane. A ton of damage. That was a really hard lick on that left side of that car. For Muhammad B, there enough time where he can get fries and a Coke. As he's waiting on repairs done to that machine, maybe to salvage a finish here, but he is not going to gain any more spots aside from somebody having some pretty significant problems, and I think it might be too late for him. He's going to come out here and compete with 2 minutes left to go. Now repairs done to that 66 car. Don't forget to help me out by clicking on the SimLab website link in the description of this race if you're interested in purchasing a sim rig, or how about a display or some panels, some monitor mounts and so forth. SimLab's got that covered for you. I have a GT1 Evo sim rig. I'm actually sitting in it right now to broadcast the race. I do my racing and my broadcasting from my sim rig. Been able to attach a lot of things to it very easily, buy more parts, even get on eBay and buy stuff that fits. The same size of metal extrusion. This thing is rock solid too, man. I have my DD1 wheelbase and my GT2 BMW GT2 wheel rim hooked up to that. My V3 inverted pedals from Fanatec. And I'll tell you, man, it has been rock solid. So help me out there by clicking on the Sim Lab link. You see Ritsky Novar lead the field here. Look at this. Dmitry Belevin now caught back up to Keita Luang. Dmitry Belevin in the Audi. Side by side down the front stretch as the time running out here. Great battle for the fourth position. Still side by side. Luang in the Mercedes, Belevin in the Audi, and Belevin's going to get by. Late race pass here by Dmitry Belevin. Picks up a spot. Is he going to be able to hold on to it? That's the question. As Ritsky Novar off to the race win here. And Ritsky Novar outlasted the competition and gets the win here at Indy. So great job to Ritsky Novar. You can get a screenshot of him. He knows how to help me out. I hope. Got the Extra Life Children's Miracle Network Hospitals deal on that as well. So great job for Ritsky Novar getting the win. And Belevin does hold off Luang. Belevin does hold off Luang, I believe, for P4. That was a tight battle there. Wow. Great battle between those two guys. But Ritsky Novar getting the win here at Indy. So Ritsky Novar with the win. We'll take a look at the final results here. What a great battle. We're Keita Luang and Dmitry having a great conversation there, congratulating each other on a clean race, a clean battle too. That was a fun one to watch, man. Let's take a look at the final results. Ritsky Novar with the win here in round number 2. Revian Kumilar finished in second. Andrei Satyawan battles back through a third-place finish. Dmitry Belevin with that late race pass. A great battle with Keita Luang. Picks up P4. Keita finishes in the 5th position. Will Dunbar finished in that 6th spot. Muhammad B finishes in 7th. A little late race problems there for him. Gordon Carter finishes in the 8th position, and Alexander Zakharov retired early and finishes in P9. So congratulations to Ritsky Novar on getting the win here at Indy GP. Fantastic run there for him. And a pretty clean race. He had a little battle there at the beginning of the race, but was able to get around Satyawan and take the race lead. Take a look at the schedule here. We'll be at NOLA Motorsports Park for round number 3 next week. And that'll be a fun one. Daytona Road Course coming up on November the 18th to finish out the first half of that season. See Lime Rock, Virginia, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and Sebring International coming up on the back half of that season. A little bit later tonight, the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder will be in action for race number 3 of the season. And they'll be at Phoenix Raceway for a 120-lap race. The Cup Series, an awesome series, man. Last night's race at Phoenix in the Xfinity Series was absolutely fantastic. One caution flag and massive competition. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory here in the Saturday Night Thunder? Well, you have to find out. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Phoenix Raceway, 120-lap race in the Cup Series. All right, we're joined up here in the booth with Ritsky Novar and our race winner today. Wow, you know, not the super best starting position, but you were able to work your way up there through those leaders and get around. And after that, you sort of ran away with it. What were your thoughts there throughout the race?
I was really playing for strategy. Like a strategic point of view, I tried to make the fuel last as long as I can, and also the tire wear were also very unbalanced, so to speak. The rear tires really worn out really quick compared to the front ones, and so I just had to balance the pace and the tire wear and the pressures according to what the other racers were doing. And so after the second or third lap, when Zakirov actually disconnected because he had pedal damage, if I recall correctly, I just had to save more fuel and save my tires. And actually the second and third position battling each other was really beneficial for me. And so I just lowered the fuel mix and tried to make the stint last more than 30 minutes, and that was really the key, I think, to having a rather clean race, because the second position, Setiawan, was going for the long undercut and on the 30-minute mark, and so I just tried to overcut him in return.
Well, you know, obviously the inside portion of this track, the road course portion of the track is very, very difficult, and especially turn 1 back into turn 2. We did see things get pretty hairy there some. You know, for you, what's the most challenging portion of this track here at Indy?
There were really three corners that were really tricky. The first, heavy braking, and then the second, heavy braking zone, and also the last corner, because that really takes lots of wear from your tires, left side tires. And if you approach the turn quite incorrectly, you'll end up burning either your front or your rear tires. Like, so you have to balance the brake bias and the pressures to be able to take the corners consistently.
And we had some guys there on that final turn, you know, that long right-hander back up onto the straightaway, really taking that a little bit too fast, getting off into the grass and scraping the outside wall. Was that a concern of yours today, you know, knowing that is a fast turn, but it's easy to get a little bit too fast and get up on that left side into the grass?
Yeah, because it's either you going too fast and slamming into the left side wall, or you're going too slow and let the other racers catch you, because you can lose a lot of time because it's a fast corner into a long straight. So if you take the corner slower than the average pace, you'll end up losing like half a second more or more. So it's really about approaching the corner from the hairpin, the left hairpin, and then setting up for the corner. It's quite tricky.
Next week is NOLA Motorsports Park, and I frankly don't think I've ever been on that track. Have you been on that track? If so, what are your thoughts there for the GT3 series?
Me and my friends have tried the track, but not on the GT3 cars. We tried on the A110 mod, and it's really quite a tight track, to say the least. And it's quite a tricky one because it has slow corners and like the high-speed S's, like you see in Suzuka track in Japan, and that would really take lots of requirements in terms of setting up your car.
Well, hey, congratulations, man! Fantastic race for you, getting a win here at Indy, and good luck to you at NOLA Motorsports Park. And I want to say thank you for the work you've done on the GT3 series. I know there are a lot of guys didn't like that downshift protection, and you did a lot of work on that and getting us a car set too. So we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you for hosting the races.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Yep, see you next week.
That's Ritsky Novar here joining us in the booth, getting the win here at Indy. So congratulations to him, and a fun race for him, I'm sure. And a lot of those other guys had a good race too. A very good battle there between Keenan Lewang and Dmitry Belevin too. It was a fantastic one to watch. Tough Trucks will be back into action for a 100-lap race on Tuesday, November the 7th. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. 100 laps from Lady Charlotte. This series has been a fantastic one so far. We're on the back half of this series, coming up next week with race number 6 in the Tough Trucks. Live right here on TurnLeftTV, coming up on November the 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bushwhacker Series will be back in action on November the 10th. That's race number 5 of the season. Kentucky Speedway for a 100-lap race, all live right here on TurnLeftTV, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Friday, November the 10th. Today's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. I'd like to thank you for joining us here at High Octane Racing League. Don't forget to head on over to highoctaneracing.net. You'll get the updates of schedules, also what the point standings are, quick link to our Discord server where we do most of our business. Again, thanks for joining us here. Thanks so much for coming out and joining me here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and share my videos with all your friends. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Thanks so much for coming out. Congratulations to Ritsky Novar. That's going to do it for me tonight. We'll see you next time. I am out of here.